you remember this? This was the Razor phone. From the first clunky cell phones that rolled out to in the mid-'80s, to these sleek smartphones that we're used to today. Look, there's just some of them. Yeah. Mobile phones, as you can see, have come a really long way.
Tomorrow marks the 30th anniversary of the start of cell phone service in Canada. It was launched on Canada Day, and to celebrate its highlight to highlight its importance to the country's future. Ron Charles takes a look back.
Victor Serreris was Canada's first ever cell phone customer exactly 30 years ago. He still has that first phone, a behemoth with a carrying handle that he says was convenient for running his funeral business.
What was the price of that convenience?
Back then it was $2,700, and it was a lot of money.
That was just for the phone. His cellular service plans cost him $10,000 in the first year.
And the Cantel 100 for the frequent business user, anywhere from 2 to 6 calls a day.
Not many calls.
No. And then they had the Cantel 400, and it was for the heavy business user, more than 6 calls a day.
Cell phone service came to Canada July 1st, 1985 with some fanfare. The official first call was at a Canada Day celebration outside Toronto City Hall. Toronto Mayor Art Eggleton dialed up Montreal Mayor Jean Drapeau. Today, Senator Art Eggleton remembers some of that first call.
I said something like, "Hi, John, look, no wires." And it's completely something different and new and novel, and we weren't sure where it was going to go, but it was an interesting start.
Where it went was from novel uncertainty and the phone called the Brick.
This is the new generation of mobile telephone.
To a near essential tool in the hands of 5 billion people worldwide.
I find it practical if you're late, if I'm meeting someone, you can, call them.
In the beginning, I was one of those people who just didn't want to use one and didn't understand why people had one, and now I can't do without it. It's sad.
So I could happily survive without a cell phone, but society has moved on, and the old fellows like me are sort of fading out.
After he retired, Canada's first cell phone customer did go without using one for 4 years.
I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it at all. No.
Eventually, though, to keep in touch with his wife while out, he did buy a second-hand smartphone. Ron Charles, CBC News, Roseneath, Ontario.